First of all, just your thoughts. The latest golf rankings, golf courses. Palmer Pool, of course, is not on the radar. 120 from where it's been. What are your thoughts on that? The demise of such a great golf course and just post the PGA.
Oh, look, I think it's a terrible tragedy for this community. But regrettably, in democracies like ours, owners have some rights over their property. I think it's very unfortunate that Mr. Palmer has allowed this great facility to deteriorate to that extent. It's my hope, clearly with the development of our international airport, that we will see renewed investment into that site to capitalise on that opportunity, whether that's through the current owner or somebody else, but that's my very real desire to see that happen.
Do you know of any bids at the moment to purchase?
Look, I haven't had any inquiries in recent times. Certainly there have been parties in the past that have expressed an interest in the potential to acquire that site, but I don't think Mr. Palmer has agreed to terms, let's put it that way.
So would you continue to see it change hands and to get it back to where it was?
Well, clearly its record in Mr. Palmer's hands hasn't been good. It's been a very poor outcome for this region, the loss of a significant number of jobs, but more importantly the loss, well not more importantly, but as importantly, the loss of a significant resource for tourism, for events, for conferences, and that really has disadvantaged this region and, as I say, costed a lot of jobs.
Mayor, yesterday Andrew Wallace wrote to Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk with respect to who knew what and when and how with regarding the casino, and he mentioned you a couple of times in that letter. You got any thoughts about that?
Well, I'm surprised he mentioned me. However, let's put it this way. I think Mr. Wallace is grandstanding on an issue that doesn't really exist. As I've tried to explain, and I think the state government have explained, at this point there are no integrated resort development or global tourism hub developments licences available. The state government recently earmarked Cairns and the Gold Coast for such facilities. I think what Mr. Wallace needs to understand is that Council has always been keen to keep its options open, even though we don't do the approval, and nor do we do the approval for the Sun Central site, which is handled by EDQ. But let me pose it to you this way. If we could have all of the things we wanted in an international hotel with convention and exhibition facilities and high-end retail and beautiful restaurants and concerts and shows, that could be an investment approaching $2 billion. A little bit like the hospital at Kuana, an enormous boost to the construction sector, and thereafter an enormous boost around our tourism, commerce, and the opportunity to stage major international events off the back of the new international airport. I don't want to close the door on that too quickly. I would like to see that option available to us, because who knows what the future will bring, and who knows what the state government decisions in the future will bring. They can't ignore the fact that the Sunshine Coast is a major tourism destination in Australia, and it will become even more prominent post-2020. We haven't had a major hotel built here for 30 years. I hear commentary about, well, we can get by. Well, we can't get by. Without international hotels, we're going to prove very difficult to satisfy international clientele. And the other important thing is, and maybe Mr. Wallace can help here, would he like to fund the $200 million for our convention and exhibition centre, which is what the ratepayers will be on the hook for. So he's going to deny us potentially some significant savings around that by having a major investor contributing to that investment cost. If the ratepayers of the Sunshine Coast want to pay the $200 million, we don't have it at the moment. And to the state members, what are they doing about getting us a convention and exhibition centre akin to what they've provided in every other city in Queensland, some of them much, much smaller than the Sunshine Coast?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we better get
I better get back in.